Yeah, you heard that right. After I made a discovery in the Iceman comics about terraforming Mars, I do get to see it in action a little bit now. Wouldn't it be surprising, as I can now see Stormont set planning with the Apocalypse himself. And what did you know it? There's a frick ton of mega level mutants on this planet too. Like, comment, and subscribe as I try to break down this portion of the Fallout X storyline. Every like won't make this feel any more troublesome to explain. We start off with Immortal X-Men issue 15, I believe is. And in this issue, we start with a focus on Sebastian Shaw and Celine, such mutants who have genuinely sided themselves with Orcas. Go see our last episode if you want to know more. We know this primarily because the comic starts off with an Orca's safe spot on the Krakoa perimeter, in the waters at the very least. However, we soon cut away to what the comics describe as Nowhere, No When, whose real location will be revealed later on. These mutants are here, forced through the portals that Charles Xavier forcibly put them through at the start of the comic run in this storyline. We take a catch up with such characters like Exodus and Destiny, powerful mutants. We also learn that Destiny has kept the journal of the Cohen Diaspora, such a document that I'll post here in case you wanted to read it. We then discover what looks to be a form of Logan fighting Mother Righteous, who admittedly is another form of Mr. Sinister or Nathaniel Axis. However, I don't know if nobody really is aware of that as of this moment. She says that she has ended up here as well with the rest of them, walking through the subject portal that was scattered across the world. This was supposed to be a safe haven for mutants, yet nobody truly knows where they really are. We learn as well that Charles seems to have made a deal with Mother Righteous. At least I think that's what happened. It was difficult to tell if it was Shaw, Charles, or someone else entirely speaking, but I do think it is Charles, mainly because we see him shortly after. Speaking of Charles, let's catch up with him as well. Some Orcus members working in the shop pop up on the abandoned shores of Krakoa, and they had to fight with Charles Xavier, or, of course, like any fight with Professor X, that kind of goes sideways for that immediate mutant kind. In the morning, we see the mangled bodies of the Orcus members on the paths and beaches. I would show it, but I honestly don't want to get demonetized. Read a more X-Men to see for yourself if you really want to. Meanwhile, back in Nowhere, No When, Mother Righteous leads the displaced group of mutants to the promised land that Exodus has promised these wayward souls. However, Exodus also does say that the testing is not quite over yet, because they are still not too sure about where those Logans really came from. At the very end of the comic, we see Apocalypse standing there, looking a little bit quirky if you ask me. I don't know why I wrote that down in the script. If I'm gonna be honest, if you made it this far in the video, chances are that you liked my content. Because a variety of things every week on Saturday. So please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be updated whenever I upload a new video. Next we focus on X-Men Red issue 15 as well, I think that's what it is. If I'm reading the cover correctly at the very least. The fun thing is that we get a lot of Storm in this series, so that is very much fun. We open up on Fisher, a mutant who recounts his early days, being born in a prison and just being the food bearer for highly dangerous mutants. Fisher himself looked exceptionally interesting as well, with this weird half and half design going on with his body. It is a bit freaky, but I do love it as well. He organizes battle plans with Aurora and some other Arakoan mutants. Iraqian, I'm not sure. But either way, we get another Fisher flashback. This time it is when he's 15 years old. He is about to kill some great Iraqi leader. Yeah, that sounds right. When he is stopped by someone named Zthora. Zthora. I am not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah. A mutant who looked a bit freaky yourself and can see into the future, possibly. We learned through a map of Morocco that there are a lot of contested territories when it comes to at least this region on the planet. The Brotherhood and Genesis split up most of the territories as seen here. I looked at the book and his Iraqi. My bad. Those are what they are called. We also get this weird axolotl man and Discount Cerberus, I like to call him. Very odd. Also, that just straight up looks like an eyeball back there, like I should say. Genesis Troop seems to be more seafaring, and Storm is on the side of the Brotherhood at war with Genesis, who has this very interesting looking staff, who probably gives her knowledge. But it is also probably corrupting her, admittedly, and as well as I have to say, something at the very least. You see this music in a chance of brothers and siblings, or something of the sort. He cuts himself down into the ocean. Very odd. Possibly just summoning something that probably won't be too. Yeah, that's big. And no, that's just a small jump of blood into the waters of Morocco to spawn an abomination of a creature that towers over land. Godzilla-like creature, if you will. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Similar to the Krakoan diaspora, we get a page from the new history of Araco. I am not sure what exactly it means. However, I will put up this on the screen as well in case anyone wants to pause and read it. We do get another flashback to when Fisher is 45 years old, teamed up with Sora and of the Spirit Flame, as well as Sizia of the Smoke. I am sorry if I'm also pronouncing that incorrectly. I know the fictional characters, and I'm sorry if I pronounce anything wrong. Either way, they visit Solom of the Silver Skin, a possible strong warrior who is chained up in a pit in the ground. They talk about something called the Annihilation Helm, whose powers could hide things from the most gratifying truth. We now return to the present where the monster is currently about to wreak havoc upon the Brotherhood, and Solom ushers her powers to take control of the weather and makes a giant hailstone fall up in the air, hurricanes, wind swirling around it as it pierces through the monster's head. Death comes for it. We go back to when Fisher was 45 years and a day old, a day after he had struck a deal with Solom in order to help his group out, supposedly. However, we wonder if Solom betrayed them as they are captured by the enemy. The punishment for conspirating is death, which they were doing. And the captors bring the children in order to see one of their parents die. Horrible way to go about things. Yet Zora gets to it first, giving up her own life in terms of saving fishes. She's turned into a skeleton whose soul has been captured, I think. In the flashback, the captors talk about the spies who gave the conspirators up being inside them. We snap back to the present as Fisher realizes what is going to happen imminently. He yells for Sunspot to burn the corpse of the giant creature, but it is too late. The seed that was once inside of the creature grows fast and into the Apollo gate. The magic feeds on spilled blood. Since storms killed the creature, blood was spilling everywhere practically. Creatures supporting Genesis thrive. Mutants whose levels are beyond our understanding as we know. Well, that is all happening on Mars, or Araco, whatever you want to call it. Now take a short detour back down to Earth as we explore what's been happening with Miss Marvel and Orcus more. Catch up with Miss Marvel and her nightmares, which she has been having more of as. This one specifically is to her rebirth on the island of Krakoa, since she is a mutant after all. Or at least part of one. Half mutant. That's the word. However, she wakes up in a dorm at Empire State University, falling asleep with Bruno, with eating snacks and playing games. We do learn that the nightmare she's been having over and over again has lasted 10 weeks. We move down to the underground lab below ESU, where the Prime Sentinel and Nikita are talking about to each other, in which Nikita reveals that the moment that Miss Marvel contacts the X-Men, she essentially is done for and found out. So I think you know what's going to happen in about 5 minutes. Kamala and Bruno begin talking some more, and Kamala communicates with Bruno about her dreams, seeing the Silver Surfer wearing Doctor Strange's cloak. And if you need a refresher on what the heck I'm talking about, since it has been a minute since I recorded the last Miss Marvel comic recap, I'm going to link the breakdown here so you can get a better sense as well. Bruno jokingly suggests that the character that Kamala was dreaming of sounded like one of her fanfics. However, that did set up a light bulb in her brain. Turns out it was a character from one of her fanfics that she'd completely forgotten about. A little while later, Kamala communicates with Sync, one of the other scattered X-Men. We all know where this is going. Kamala and Sync both realize that she had been found out by the automated program Nikita was running. Both of them do realize around the same time the call was what was causing Kamala to be found. So Sync immediately hangs up on the call, and Miss Marvel swoops out to go fight some drones. It is proving to be rather difficult for Miss Marvel to really take care of the drones, as they practically combine Megazord style to try and pound Kamala into the dirt. However, Tony Stark shows up as well too, saving Kamala and bringing her to the Hellfire Club with his new wife, the White Queen. A lot of stuff is happening during this storyline that I'm realizing I cannot cover in one episode. And there will be needing a lot of refreshers. So, it will be linked in the iCard, specifically the section of the breakdown where I break down what's happened in Invincible Iron Man. The issue in particular where he gets married to Emma Frost in order to really help them out both against Phelan. We eventually return to Empire State University around 7 p.m. Here's where we learn a big thing. The drones that Miss Marvel was fighting, Iron Man didn't defeat them all. He missed one. One that pierced his scalp. And once she's asleep, we'll be able to track her down once and for all. Not only that, but Bruna set up some sort of computer gadget bullshittery to monitor her brainwave waves as well, so that they can really know what is going on with Kamala when she goes through these nightmares. She names past midnight and we fall asleep. She needs to stalk the surfer, and the two of them speed off into dreamland together. Whatever will happen from here on out will be continued in Volume 3 of the Miss Marvel series. That's all for today's video. Click the like button if you like it, and leave a comment to say what your favorite part is. Thank you for watching all the way through, and I'll see you guys in the next breakdown.